Victoria's opposition leader Matthew Guy has brushed off concerns his inner city seats under threat from Teal independents. The community groups, which backed two successful independent campaigns at the federal election, are now looking to field candidates at Victoria's November state election.
A dual Teal win in two inner-city federal electorates, making way for further contests, this time at a state level. Voices of Kooyong and Voices of Goldstein, two community groups which backed the successful campaigns of independent Dr Monique Ryan and Zoe Daniel, now turning their attention to Victoria's state election. Some members are debating which electorates to target next.
I am not in the slightest bit interested in the careers of so-called independent candidates. I'm more interested in fixing the health system, in fixing 000, in fixing the ambulance crisis.
In the firing line is opposition leader Matthew Guy's seat of Bulleen in Melbourne's east, as well as a southeastern seat of Caulfield held by his deputy David Southwick. It's the most marginal Liberal seat in the state, held on just 0.1%. Neighbouring Brighton also got a mention. Both sit within the federal electorate of Goldstein.
I do. I think people are a bit sick of the major parties.
Big contrast in how they sort of view the Australian population and the things that matter most, and that aligns with where I'm at.
I didn't vote for them. I would never vote for them. We had a future Prime Minister in this electorate and we lost him.
Kew is another seat that's been floated as a Teal target. It's held by outgoing Liberal MP Tim Smith, who was booted from the front bench after crashing his car while drunk late last year.
I suppose it'll be a slightly different dynamic because the incumbent obviously is the Labor Party. There are four state seats, within the federal seat of Kooyong.
Yep.
Three are currently held by the Labor Party. I'm the last remaining Liberal. Will these characters run against sitting Labor MPs?
Shadow Treasurer David Davis and Shadow Health Minister Georgie Crozier, who represent the Southern Metropolitan region, may also face a Teal threat in the upper house. Thousands of volunteers are reportedly ready to be redirected to independent state campaigns. And in assigned Labor's also under pressure. The party has begun distributing campaign material in the western seat of Werribee. Internal polling for Labor and the Liberals suggests voters in some of these working class outer suburban areas are dissatisfied with major parties and the government's tough COVID response.
Might come as a surprise, but all members of the government are out there actively promoting in their community the significant achievements of this government. So on every level, the Treasurer has a very good story to share with his community.
The opposition toured the West on Tuesday, spruiking a need for more local investment.
I'm not surprised that the western suburbs are starting to rise up. They won't be the only part of the state that does too.
Swapping the inner city for the suburbs, the Liberals hope their renewed focus will pay off where it matters most. Julia Bradley, Sky News, Melbourne.